Hi. Before we begin, I just want to say thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. To celebrate Valentine's Day, we are going to be exploring your crush secrets. Having a crush, loving someone, leads people to insanity. And I say this from personal experience and observation, so I'm very excited to get some psychological insight into the lengths people are willing to go to impress, attract, land. Is that a weird word? Obtain? That's even weirder. Their crushes. Speaking of attracting crushes, one way to attract your crush, or anyone really, is smelling nice. So let's talk about Scentbird. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service where you can try a new designer fragrance every month for just $16. Scentbird has over 600 brands you can choose from top designer brands like Versace, Gucci, Prada, but they also work with indie labels like Vince Camuto, The Harmonist, Confessions of a Rebel. And if you are overwhelmed by the amount of choices, which is fair, you can take their fragrance recommendation quiz and they will match you with a fragrance that you will love. Their vials are 8 times bigger than standard perfume samples, so you get a 30-day supply to thoroughly try out the scents before either committing to a full bottle or trying your next scent. You can also upgrade to 2 to 3 bottles a month or skip any month without any penalties. Here are the fragrances that I am currently trying. The first one is Deck of Scarlet by Scarlet. I think this perfume specifically is really good for Valentine's Day. To me, it smells like the color red. This scent is Dolce & Gabbana's Pour Femme. To me, this is a very youthful scent. When I smell it, I smell marshmallow, vanilla, jasmine, fruit. This is from Story Venazine. It's from the collection by Valmont, and then the actual scent is called Fizzy Mint, and it is quite literally just like mint and citrus. It reminds me of laying on the beach. Rag & Bone Bergamot. This perfume reminds me a lot of winter, kind of like cedar and orange. This last scent is my absolute favorite out of all of these. It is Illuminaire by Vince Camuto. This scent is so refreshing. It's floral and zesty and something I could see myself wearing very often. I think I might actually probably get the full bottle version of it after I finish this. Make sure to use my code Ayydubs55 for 55% off your first month at Scentbird. That is only about $7 for your first month. Click the link in my description box. Check out their scents, sign up, use my code, smell good, land your crush. Speaking of, so a few months ago I was desperate to gain money to go on an important trip with my crush at school. So I made an Instagram account to sell feet pics. With mom permission, she's cool. Sounds like, well, yeah, you're in high school or middle school or something. Is feet pics? It's inherently sexual. We all know why people like feet pics and spend the big bucks. If you're underage and you're selling feet pics, is that illegal? Is that considered underage pornography? Or is it just like, well, those are just her toes, you know? Does anybody know the legalities of this? I feel like you guys do. So let me know. Anyways, but nothing was coming from it. And the next day I was telling this guy about it in class and he thought it was funny and I told him I was so desperate I would sell myself, as a joke of course. And he offered me $30 to suck him off. Jokingly, I said $50 instead, and he shook my hand to confirm the deal. When telling my friend to help me, they told me I should for the money. But I didn't find him attractive or even likable at all. That's not surprising, considering he's someone that is so quick to give you money to blow him. And I ended up doing it, and it was the worst experience ever. I was a dead fish / corpse, and he was trying to do other things besides me just giving him head, and I told him I never had my first kiss and I don't want to take off any of my clothes, etc. Just setting boundaries. I'm sorry, but like, me sets boundaries when someone's paying me to suck their dick. No, I shouldn't make fun of that because, you know, people who do that type of work do need to set boundaries. I'm glad you were setting boundaries, but I also just wish you never did any of this in the first place. But he got so in the moment, he ended up stealing my first kiss and forcibly taking my shirt and undergarment off. Oh my god, this has turned into an assault, etc. But I didn't stop him, so I'm kind of mad at myself. Don't be mad at yourself. I've been there. I've been mad at myself for not saying no. Sometimes you're so shocked, you You don't even know how to insert or assert yourself. Anyways, I did get $50, but I felt so gross, and this really kind, sweet guy asked me to be his Valentine. So I feel so bad because he probably thinks I'm so not the type to prostitute myself. I'm 17, by the way. And my crush at school would probably not like me either because I'm sure he wouldn't want a girl like me, you know? It's just so embarrassing, and the whole ordeal just randomly pops into my head, and I feel so gross and so many things, and my poor mom would be so disappointed, so now I feel like a slut. I guess I understand why. And I don't know if it's considered SA or if I'm just crazy and cry feeling so bad about everything, and I don't know what to do. When I saw him in class the next day, I was cold to him, but I guess we are still friendly, sort of. But I did buy Chick-fil-A for my sister, and so I guess I can't complain. No, you can't complain. You can't complain. Just because you guys agreed to do something which is illegal doesn't mean what he did after that agreement was an assault. You said no, he did it anyways. And by the way, I know you didn't say no in the moment, but before it happened, you were like, I don't want that. I've never had my first kiss. And he just went forward with it anyways. This is a lot. I want to make you feel better, but I think we all know it was a little bit of a mistake. You live and you learn though. You know, you can't change that it happened. So let's just move forward and know from now on that prostitution doesn't make us feel good. You know? Anybody here want to raise their hand and let me know when prostitution made you feel good? Because I don't think it's few and far between. I want to be careful here. I don't want to shame sex workers, but also you're 17 and I don't think you have a head enough on your shoulders to be able to manage the emotional, what do you even, fallout? Implications of that behavior? It's hard enough to engage sexually with people when you're not getting money for it. You know, it's all very confusing. Anyways, don't be too hard on yourself. That guy did assault you. I'm sorry about your experience. Worth much more than $50. Much more than Chick-fil-A. I mean, Chick-fil-A is good, you know, but it's not that good. It is not that good. I'm kind of shocked at this. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for sharing. I hope you're feeling better about the whole situation. I'm sending you my healing energy. Did you get that? You got it? So basically, I have this stepsister, and our parents have been married for 3 years now, so we've known each other for a while, and I thought she was hot for a few months now. Huh? Did she just get hot, like, recently? That's weird. I know you're not supposed to have crushes on your siblings, but she's my stepsister, and we're not actually related, so what am I supposed to do? Choose someone else, probably. One night we were drinking illegally, we're 18, and we got very drunk. We got to talking about how we wanted to make out, and so I let it slip out that I liked her and asked her if she wanted to do it. We made out for a few minutes in our car, and long story short, we're secretly dating now! Congratulations! I thought she was straight, but I guess not. Her dad is kind of homophobic and I'm worried he's suspicious of us, but whatever, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing until someone finds out. LOL. We're starting college soon and we are applying to all the same colleges and are going to be roommates. But we're both worried we're gonna fall in love and people will think it's weird if we want to get married. I'm 99% sure it's legal, but that doesn't stop people from being homophobic and thinking it's weird. This isn't even about homophobia. I mean, I know some people are homophobic, but like it's relatophobia, incestophobia. There's a bigger issue here than the fact that you guys are both girls. You know what I mean? And that's not an issue. But what is an issue is the familial bond. I guess you're not blood related. And also, I mean, okay, I'm gonna argue your case. The origin of incest being illegal in a lot of different places is the fact that when two people have sex and have children who are from the same bloodline, it creates birth defects, abnormalities. And it's something we obviously want to avoid because it creates unnecessary problems. But if we take two women who are related, they're not going to have children together, so what's it matter? On top of that, these are two women who aren't even actually related. Their parents are just married. So, in my opinion, let them fuck. Let them fuck. Yeah, I think I stand by that. I mean, it's fucking weird, you know? And you're gonna get some shit for it. No doubt. No diggity doubt. But I think in a moral way, like if I really analyze it, it's fine. Either this series is draining the sanity out of my body and it's not fine and then now I think it's fine because of everything I've consumed over the past few years, or it really is just fine. Can you guys let me know down below? Like, am I insane or is this fine? What's going on? Okay, so a few days ago I was on a face call with two of my friends and it was late and we decided to go through everybody's recently deleted using the new screen share feature. It was all fun and games till it got up to me. I start going through my recently deleted when a picture of my ass cheek spread out showing my asshole, I'm a guy by the way, came up. I had forgotten I'd taken the picture and out of shock I closed my phone and hung up and shut off my phone fast as possible. I turned my phone back on, joined the call again and my friends asked if the pic was me. I said no. It was just a pic pic I found off Twitter and they didn't believe me. So my best friend and my crush both saw my asshole spread and they keep telling my other friends about it and I don't know how to make it seem like it's me and no one believes me, so what do? I love your vids. You gotta own your asshole. Own your asshole. Really. Denying it when it's true, it's not gonna do you any good. People wanna believe it because it's more fun to believe it and it's true. They know it's true. You know what I mean? Like, I bet I could do that'd be a fun video that I would have to put on like Patreon because it wouldn't be acceptable on YouTube. Matching people to buttholes. I feel like it would be pretty easy. The point is, your butthole probably looks like your butthole and you should just own the fact that that's your butthole. You can never depart from your own butthole, so just accept that that's what it is. And you know what? Everyone can relate to doing weird shit like that. So while they make fun of you, deep down, they're all just humored and excited by the fact that it makes them feel normal. So own your asshole and also reconsider your friends because it's kind of rude that they're making fun of you to everyone. I've had crushes on 2 of my middle school teachers and I feel so gross about it. I'm in high school now, so I know it's wrong, but every time I think about it, I feel so cringy. I actually think it's pretty normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If it was the other way around and they had crushes on you, that would be cringy. That would be beyond cringy. Also, same. I don't cringe at it. I mean, I cringe at the lengths that I went to because of it, but I had crushes on teachers too. I was head over heels over one of my middle school teachers, my elementary school teacher, my friend's mom. We all get weird crushes sometimes. It's okay. I don't think you need to cringe, really. I'm a painter, and sometimes I wipe my period blood or regular blood for like my finger onto my commissioned work. I have scenarios where I use my crush's cum too. So he basically just jerks off into my palette. He's so hot, love your vids. I'm so into this. If you were putting this into people's food or something, I would say it's problematic, obviously, but art is meant to be freaky. I am so into this. If I commissioned a piece of work and found out later that the cum was mixed into I love that. I wish I had the nerve, and maybe I will eventually, to use my period blood to paint. Are you kidding me? I want to get my crush's cum. I'm about to text my boyfriend and ask if he can give me a load. Sorry, that is it's a lot. I mean it, but it is a lot. I was born in China, but because of the one-child policy, I was adopted by a Western couple. Apparently, I had an older sibling. Anyways, I grew up in Kansas City and spoke English. I went to Mandarin lessons twice a week, so I also spoke that. I lived there for basically my whole life until I turned 14, and my mom and dad surprised me by saying we were moving back to China, specifically the town right next to my birth town. All us 3 and my little sister, who was also adopted, spoke Mandarin. When I first went to my school, I instantly had a crush on this boy a grade above me. A year went by and we got to know each other until one say, at this cafe, I kissed him. Don't worry, we were close friends beforehand. He kissed me back and that's how we started dating. My parents knew and really wanted me to meet his parents, but my boyfriend wouldn't let my parents or even me meet his parents. After I threatened to break up with him, he said he would meet them on Christmas. Or that his parents are my biological parents. Sorry, I'm reacting the same way I imagine you would have. And my boyfriend is my biological brother. I did get a MacBook Air though. Oh, okay, that's good. Part of me doesn't believe this story because it's like too perfectly perfect, especially the MacBook Air. Hey. But also I do believe it because the way you told it is very like, yes, this happened and this happened. And I mean, it's crazy, but I guess crazier things have happened, you know? So mazel tov about the MacBook Air, not the finding out your boyfriend's your brother. That's not as exciting as the MacBook Air. I wonder if he was so hesitant because he already knew. Very weird if he knew. Anyways, congratulations again on the MacBook Air. Let's just like, why did you say that? Comparatively, it's like, who cares? If you can't fuck your brother, at least you can have a laptop that weighs less than 1 pound. Okay, so this has been on my conscience for fucking ever. And I don't know what to do about it, so I guess I need your help / advice if you'd be so willing. I am so willing. Let's see what you've got. So I've been with my partner for years, planning to move in with them soon. And over the summer, I was attracted to / had a crush on someone I worked with, and it still kind of eats me alive. I know it's not a big deal because people are attracted to people. That's just how it is. But the other thing is, I have a very flirtatious personality, so I'm trying to be more aware of that, but I worry that I led this person at work on or something. Like, they texted me out of the blue about a shared interest, and I felt like they were looking at me at times, but this could literally be all in my head between my main character syndrome and having a very overactive imagination, especially when it comes to romantic things. Plus, I'm an attention whore who has always craved male attention growing up, and I hate what society has done to me. It is so weird. It's a complex that exists in a lot of women. I've got some of it. This weird, and I'm honestly ashamed to admit that I have any of it, but this weird desire for male attention. I don't know what it is. It's like, I mean, that's how things sell. We watch things fly off the shelves because of the sexual nature of them, you know? Like, don't Coca-Cola bottles are in like the shape of a woman's body. We are taught to be eyed and admired. It's so weird. There's gotta be more to it. There's probably so much to it. I don't know, society's built in a way that teaches us that that's valuable. Maybe because men have had power for so long, because we couldn't be anything unless a man married us and shared his wealth. Like, you know, maybe it's like a generational historical lesson that's been ingrained in our brains that we need that validation in order to find comfort. Maybe it doesn't apply to society now, but it's still in our like emotional consciences. I don't know. What do you guys think? Why? Anyways, due to the nature of this job, I would never have to see them again, so I just had to get through it. But still, the last week at work, I felt sick to my stomach every day. Barely able to face this person. Meanwhile, I was telling my best friend about it, and she's laughing about all of it because she knows I'm dramatic. I mostly forgot about them, but every now and then and again, I see them on social media or I remember and I try to push it out of my head. Now, given that this was all 6 months ago, should I even tell my partner or does it matter? I feel like I've waited too long because if I tell them now, it means I've been thinking about this other person and please help. Look, you didn't do anything. There's nothing wrong or inherently bad about having thoughts and feelings. If you acted on it, then I would say this is a different story. But you didn't do anything. And it's very likely if you're with someone for a very long time that both of you will probably find other people attractive in looks, in personality, in spirit. It's all about how you behave. And it doesn't sound to me like you crossed the line. And you guys can disagree with me in the comments, but I personally don't think you have to do anything. I don't think you did anything. I think you're fine. I think you need or like, no, I shouldn't promote that. You don't need to, you know, lay in the sun, put some moisturizer on, crack your knuckles, whatever you do to feel calm, you need that, okay? Good. This isn't really a secret like the other ones you get, but I wanted to get it off my chest anyway. I feel like I'm not girl enough. My friends are always talking about boys and their sex lives and stuff, and it makes me so uncomfortable, but I don't know why. I've had crushes before, but I've never had a boyfriend because I always end up realizing that I don't actually like the guy. I'm just using them to make myself feel better about my femininity. I'm 16 and I should be interested in all this stuff by now, but I'm not. And even talking about my fucking tits makes me want to rip my hair out because it makes me so uncomfortable. I don't understand why I can't just be like my friends and like boys and like talking about feminine stuff, and it stresses me out so much. I feel so different from my girlfriends, and it's just like there's something wrong with me. Yes! Sorry, that could have been misconstrued, my excitement towards your pain. I'm excited to talk about this subject, okay? Because I relate. First off, you said the word should be in there, and something that I've learned in my many years of therapy is to ditch the word should and shouldn't. The word shouldn't and should just makes us feel bad about what we are doing, about who we are. Let's drop that and just like face what's right here, right? You're not your friends, and I'll tell you what, you're probably far more interesting. Nothing against your friends for being interested in boys and girly stuff, but like, you've got a different story to tell. And I don't know when, but I hope at one point sooner or later you'll realize that there's a lot of value in the story that you have in your character. And it's just not gonna do you any good to try to want to be like other people when you have been gifted who you are, which doesn't fit the mold of what society expects a woman to be. But luckily it's more acceptable nowadays to fall out of that mold. And I just hope you explore it. I hope instead of feeling shame, you to embrace what you feel or don't feel. Who knows what it is? You could be asexual, you could be bisexual or gay or none of the above, something else I don't even know or mention. But you know what you don't like? Don't beat yourself up for not liking it. When I was younger and I was in denial of my own sexuality, I would put myself in physical situations with men just to push away the thoughts I had about women. Almost, I don't know if I was trying to harm myself or prove to myself that I could, if I did this, then that means this isn't true. It is all sorts of contorted. And I have learned that the easiest way to live is just accepting who you are, not trying to be anything else or feel bad that you're not anything else, and life in very quickly will start flowing a lot more easily. I mean, maybe external factors will feel difficult because, again, you don't like fit the traditional expected mold of a woman, but your insides, your alignment with yourself will be a lot smoother if you can kind of get on board with what is. I really get worked up about these things, just all of these expectations of what it means to be a man or a woman really challenge us in our ability to be authentic. It makes people hate themselves, and it's very upsetting. I wish we could all unlearn these assumptions about what it means to be a gender. I know none of that was particularly funny. It's just a subject that means a lot to me. So I hope I gave good advice. I don't know. All right, let's move on. This is kind of long, but this is how I found out I was gay. A lot of the times when you guys share secrets, you will use the words found out I was gay, found out I was bisexual. It's like found out as if it's someone, you opened a box and you're gay. Like, what do you mean found out? Realized, discovered, do you understand? It's like not an external surprise. Maybe something external triggers the internal surprise, which is why you word it like that. Anyways, I always find it to be a little funny. So I've been in the foster care system for almost my whole life, and when I was about 15, I got placed with a family that was looking to adopt. The family was big, and there were about 9 other kids there who were already adopted. There was another girl, I'm a girl too, who was around my age. Since we were around the same age, we shared a room, and every night we would talk until really late, just about anything, really. I started to get a crush on her, but I felt a little weird about it since she was like my foster sister, and I had never liked another girl before. One night, while we were talking, she kissed me, and so I kissed her back, and one thing led to another, and we did the dirty. We would do this every night until one night, one of the other kids in the house found out and told their mom. So I got kicked out of the house, but me and the girl started dating, and I am now adopted by another family nearby, and we still see each other. That's a fun story. I like that story. I would watch that as a movie, as a show, as a short, whatever. You want to turn that into content? I would consume it. I like that story. It's a good one. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hi. So I'm kind of a terrible person for this, but bear with me. A year ago, I started developing this crush on a boy that I met in a friend of mine's birthday party, and he looks like an actual Wattpad boy. Fluffy hair, brown eyes, kind of funny, and just all around my type. Fast forward a few weeks, I followed him on Instagram and he messages me to say hi, and I message him back and we have a lovely conversation. But then this is when it gets bad. He tells me he needs to tell me something and I can't tell anyone else. He tells me that he likes my best friend and he wanted advice on how to hit on her. He's seen us in the party and school, so he knew we were close. Now all my excitement was thrown out the window. I got mad. And this is where I'm not so proud of my action. Like I said, he always asks me ways to hit on her and what she likes so he can strike up a conversation. So I literally told him everything she hates. I told him she hates it when you compliment her and she loves when you mention her parents. I told him she loves it when you don't text her, that she's mad, and she's also not over her ex. She's literally been single for her entire life. And yeah, he followed my directions and she vented to me every day about how much she hates him. She didn't have feelings for him at any moment at this point. And when he asked her out and she rejected, I comforted him, and 6 months after, we started dating. And we still do to this day. Every day my friend asks me how I can suffer his bad personality. If only she knew. How do you feel comfortable and confident in the relationship when you know that you manipulated him into it or out of something else? You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad it worked out in your favor, but also, like, do you feel warm and fuzzy inside? Because I just don't know how I could if that was like a game that I played before a relationship began. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy too. But also, I just don't understand how you could be. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being honest. So like, keep in mind while reading this that I kind of feel bad, but not bad enough to turn myself in. What? So I had this friend, Angelie, who was really fucking annoying, but was nice and helpful sometimes, so I kept her around. But keep in mind, our parents were also friends, so I didn't have a choice. She was also a huge fucking kleptomaniac. The last time she came over, my MacBook and new computer mouse, which was $100, went missing. She also started a rumor that I liked this guy who was my crush, so I wasn't a rumor, but that's not the point. Obviously, I'm pissed at both of these, but we already had plans for her to come over because her parents were going to Vegas for the weekend. I didn't want to be her friend anymore. So when she came over, she had to take these vitamin pills because her parents were scared of COVID or something. I don't know. So I got her water and put like 20 sprays of 409 in it, but also put in that water flavor so that she wouldn't taste it. You didn't want to be her friend, so you just unalived her. I don't know if that's actually what happened, but you said that you didn't turn yourself in, so I feel like she surprisingly drank the whole glass and then went to sleep after like an hour or two. To be honest, I don't remember. I wasn't sure that it was gonna work, so I took my dad's insulin. He's diabetic, and injected it into her stomach because that's where my dad usually puts his insulin. You fucking insane person. I put like 2 syringes full because that's all that was left, and also because she's literally the heaviest sleeper ever and slept through the first needle. I was wondering. Anyway, she died. And I'm being hella investigated right now. I think I'm gonna get caught, but I don't want people to look this up. Thanks for being my comfort YouTuber while this happens, LMAO. Dude, first off, why did you do it? Okay? You can actually tell people that you don't want to be friends. You don't have to kill them. You know, like they can do stuff away from you and still live. And you don't have to go to jail because you don't want to be someone's friends. Also, why did you tell me this? Do you want to get caught? Because you gave me way too much information, I think. I mean, I know her name. I actually believe this secret. Like, I genuinely think it's real, and I'm like, how dumb can you be? Why did you tell me this? It's like too good not to put it in. Sorry, you did it to yourself, honey. And I'm sorry, but you should be jailed. Who the fuck does that? I don't want to... I mean, I'm scared for you to enter the dating world. You know what I mean? Like, you can't kill people when you want to break up with them. That's not the solution. What the fuck? I don't know. Karma's gonna come around, and I love you, I guess. I don't love you. Why did I say that? I just feel bad for ruining your life if this secret does ruin your life. You ruined your life. I didn't ruin your life. Hi, Moo. Here's some pet therapy to make you feel better about your behavior, which you don't even seem to feel guilty about it. You just don't want to get caught. Pet therapy for everyone who heard that secret as well. Oh, pet therapy, pet therapy. I love the pet therapy. So there's this guy in my math class, and he likes to take handfuls of plastic spoons from the school's cafeteria. Sure, don't we all? Anyway, he always has like 12 in his pocket, and he'll hand them out to his friends. He's given me a couple since we sit next to each other in my math class. I low-key think it's so funny and cute, and honestly might be developing a crush on him. On the spoon kid? The thing is, he's super weird, yeah? It sounds it. And literally all he ever talks about is spoons. How much can someone say about spoons? They've got a great shape. I love the way that they hold things. Here are the things that they can hold. Here is my collection. Like, that's about it. Here's the trick where I put it on my nose. I don't know. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've tried to have conversations with him, and he always brings up spoons. I'm also really good friends with his cousin, and she thinks that the spoon thing is super weird. Do I tell his cousin that I like him? What? Why is this about his cousin? I guess because you're friends. Who cares if you tell his cousin? You need to decide whether you want to tell him or not. Look, honestly, if anything, I feel like you're really safe with the spoon kid. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to date the spoon kid, if you want to tell the spoon kid you like him, I don't think you'll get too hurt, you know? It's the spoon kid. I'm sure he has a great heart. Like a bowl of chicken noodle soup that you can eat with a spoon, you know? Like, just will feel like home. I feel like that could be a very fun improv game where you have a conversation and you need to bring up spoons or something. Spoons is just an example of something in every time you speak. Do you know what I mean? That would be fun. Oh, I know another spoon. Spoons you can use to get rid of the eyes under your circles, the circles under your eyes. I'm slowly losing my sanity. Yeah, my brain is just racking up conversations that can be had about spoons, but it really doesn't feel like there are that many, you know? This is so messy, but so funny. I think I'm seriously addicted to breaking up relationships. That's so funny. It all started when I was like in middle school and I had two best friends who were dating each other. Even though at the time I didn't know why it bothered me so much. Turns out I was gay and had a massive crush on the boy, lol. I just didn't like them being together, so I emotionally manipulated both of them so that they would break up, doing sociopathic shit, telling the girl the boy was cheating and providing with taken out of context evidence, and then telling the boy that the girl was crazy and controlling, basically manipulating straight couple stereotypes to my advantage. Eventually, they broke up and I got a weird rush from it, and I just started doing it for sport. I deadass enjoyed so much breaking people up that when I discovered I could do it using sex, it became like the only sex I had. Once a guy cheated on his boyfriend with me, and then I went and fucked his boyfriend as well. I enjoy it so much and I can't stop. I think I might have broken at least 10 or 11 relationships up to this point, and I think it's just about feeling powerful. I might be a narcissistic sociopath, but I don't think anyone in my life knows. Oh my God! Stop this man! That is so scary that people like you can be just lurking around, trying to end things. Well, okay, you know what though? You're a real test. If a couple's actually supposed to be together and, stand the test of time, then your interfering ass shouldn't cause too many problems, right? I mean, maybe I'm underestimating you. I don't know. But it's like, those girls online on TikTok who their service is to flirt with your boyfriend to see if he'll flirt back? You should get paid for this, to insert yourself into people's lives, test their honesty, reliability, their faith to their partner. Or, if someone's parent doesn't like the person they're gonna marry, they send you into their atmosphere to test the person. And then if they pass, then good. And if they fail, then that parent kind of got what they wanted in the first. I just feel like you should turn this into a service. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna get this sick satisfaction from it, you also might as well get some money. Is this fucked up? Should I not be putting this idea out into the ether? Nowadays, because you can kind of monetize anything, like literally people sell their farts, I just think a lot about how you can make money off of stuff you like. And you like this, so maybe try making money off of it? Sell your services on Craigslist? Test your partner. Don't like your child's soon-to-be spouse? Put them to the test. I don't know. I think it's gold and I want to cut, but don't interfere with my life, please. So here goes. My freshman year of high school, I had a crush on this guy. No idea why I did, because looking back on it, he was actually the worst. I have relationships like that from when I was younger, and I think it was just like a reflection of my self-hatred. You know what I mean? Person I've ever met. We ended up starting to talk on Snapchat and then deciding to take it a little further. We were in class one day and he asked me to give him head, and I, being a dumbass 14-year-old, obliged. I told my mom that I'd be home late because I had tutoring, and then me and him went into the woods. Oh my God, this is like so symbolic of the adolescent experience. And yeah, I gave him head. I went on for an entire week and we were almost caught by the cross-country team on multiple occasions. Worst part is he took a video of me while I was doing the deed. I didn't know this. What the fuck? He could get in a lot of trouble for that. And sent it to all of his friends? Dude, what the fuck? I moved schools not because of that, but still the people who remember me even after almost 4 years still know me as that bitch who gave a guy head in the woods behind school. Fuck! That is literally like, fuck. Oh my God, that is painful. Dude, I don't know how old you are now, but I feel like you can still get him in trouble for doing that, and he deserves it. Team, get him in trouble. I don't know, report that kid. What the fuck? That is crazy. I mean, I know you're probably embarrassed and you don't want that video to be like filed in a court of law or whatever the hell, but he deserves something, and not something good, okay? You don't have to do anything, but also like do it. Alex, I have a crush on my grade 5 bully. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can see a mile away what's wrong with you, but I will keep reading. I went from severely hating him and now I have a crush on him, and it's really terrible and I feel really bad about it. I mean, it's not like I'm hurting anyone, but I feel like I'm betraying myself. I feel like it's another sort of underlying issue I haven't gotten to dive in yet. And I really need your advice because I know I didn't deserve all the heavy shit he's put on me, but for some reason I can't look past all of it and I still have a crush on him. I know I worded it wrong or something, but I need help. Alex, I'm calling for desperate measures. I think I might have a lot of issues with myself, which is why I was able to forgive him so quickly, but I really can't help it, Alex. If only he wasn't such an ass, I wouldn't even have to feel this way at all. It's normal to feel things towards people, but you're not supposed to feel this way with those who bullied you. I just came at her because I felt like you may be able to talk me out of it, and by the way, I love your meds, Alex. Okay, first off, don't do anything with this person because it will only make you feel worse. Second, Secondly, the reason you like him is because you hate yourself. It's math, honey, and that's what it adds up to. I mean, okay, I could be wrong. I'm not a therapist, but I'm pretty smart and insightful. No, but it does seem pretty clear to me, and probably most people, that you have self-esteem issues or self-love issues. If this person is a reflection of your own self-hatred, and perhaps you believe everything they say and do because that's how you feel about yourself, and in this weird, sick way, it makes you attracted to them because they're just confirming all of these beliefs you already have, or you think that's what you deserve, someone who treats you like that because of the way you feel about yourself. I used to be in a pretty abusive relationship, someone who was very mean to me, and it took a lot of time to realize that I almost craved their attention and their validation because of the way that they took it away from me. The way they pushed me down also can make you want that same person to lift you back up. It's like if you give them the power to make you feel badly, if you believe the things they're saying, they will make you feel so low that you then need them to lift you back up. It's like suddenly this person becomes your barometer of your own self-worth, and it's very unhealthy. And if I could give you any piece of advice, it would be to buy a self-compassion workbook, a book about self-love, see a therapist, understand that self-love is the issue here and it's something to work on. Okay? Great. Okay, I'm gonna go before you guys crush my spirit. This video actually wasn't that bad, but at some point, reading enough secrets, I feel my body and my mind start to deteriorate. So, bye.